Hey folks, it's dinner time. Scruffy's out the door here. He's so close I couldn't see him from the window, but I assumed he was here. Um, it rained all day, so he was on the table. I'll talk about that more later. But I have his food ready to go. I think it's the pate with real chicken again, and and I got the side kibble if he's good. And there's a big if. So if he scratches me again, I may pull the food, and I definitely won't give him the kibble again. So, yeah, it wasn't when he scratched me when I put the food down yesterday. I probably should have just stopped, take the food back, and make him realize that's not acceptable. But and so I figured that out in hindsight. So if he does that again next time, I'll be more stern. So anyway, I'm gonna open the door now. Hi, Scruffy. How you doing? You hungry? Want some food? I saw you on the table all day. So I know... Well, there's a meow there, huh? Yeah, so... Figured most of the day you weren't eating because you're on the table most of the day. But yeah, I'll talk about that later. Want to get you your food? Okay. So I'm going to stand up now. And he seems to know the procedure. Okay, so I'm going to open the door now. And I'm going to take out the water. Coming out. Put the water on the table. Grab the food. And I put the food on the table. And I think that was a hiss. So you're going to have to be careful about that. I may not be charitable tonight. Close the door. I'm going to sit down in the chair. Is that a hiss? What was a hiss? You're hissing at me. Let me get the glove on. Now you're stretching, huh? So... Scruffy. So yeah, I was hoping to get a good picture of his mouth. Okay, I'm going to pet you now. So I saw a video from last night, and I saw part of his mouth, and I noticed, yeah, the resolution's not very good, but yeah, he has definitely black spots where in his mouth, on his gums or something, maybe on his teeth. But the big fangs I was expecting to see, especially on the bottom, he doesn't have them. So I'm thinking he may have lost his bottom teeth, or his bottom canine sharp teeth. He may have, and the little teeth maybe in the black spots. So I don't know what cat teeth are supposed to look like, especially in an adult cat. So it might be fine, but yeah, he may have lost his teeth. Not sure that, yeah, there's not really much I can do about it, but I was curious. I suppose, if I could ever get him to a vet, in theory, they might be able to help him with his dental work. But I suspect for a feral cat, that'd be very expensive. And I don't know if anyone would be willing to put up that cost. Because I hear, regular pet owners, they the dental work is not cheap, and I guess, yeah, some people are, you're supposed to actually brush your cat's teeth. That that was a surprise to me. So far you've been pretty good. Oh, that was a hiss there. His ear lowered for a second. No petting? Sorry. Need to grip the phone differently. So yeah, he wasn't very nice last night. Yeah, he's nicer tonight, so you might actually get the side kibble. But we'll see what happens when I put the food down. I'm worried he might be getting a little overstimulated now. His ears are starting to go down a little bit. So maybe we're going to end on a high note here. Okay, why don't you, how about we do your food, because I'm starting to get worried. Let's get your food, okay? So, here comes your food. But I need to grab the brush, so I need you to not strike me. Okay, Scruffy? See the brush here? Oh, I'm going to take that cup. I'm saving that cup for later. That's interesting that he went for the dry kibble first. I thought he'd go for the wet food first. I forgot to take off the side kibble. Oh, he's moving into the brush. Okay, yeah. Okay, so anyway, yeah. So it rained pretty much all night and most of the day. It was pretty crummy weather most of the day. And I spotted Scruffy on the table. So I'm thinking, yeah, he basically didn't like the rain, and now he's decided when it rains and it's wet, he's gonna sleep on the table. And so I saw him there for many hours. So I, came back and forth and saw him at different times, and he was sleeping on the table, and not necessarily in the box. He was sleeping next to the box on the blanket. So I think he was on one side of the box first, and then he was on the other side of the box. Finally, late afternoon, the sun finally broke through, and it stopped raining for a little bit. And so he woke up, and I caught him grooming himself. And I think so I don't know if he saw me. So for the longest time, I was watching him, and I think he eventually saw me because he was eventually grooming and facing the kitchen where I was watching him from, and he didn't seem to care. And then I finally, he was done grooming at some point, and then he saw me in the kitchen and looked at me, but again, he didn't seem to really care. So, yeah, I don't think he's actually that afraid of me. He just doesn't like me. I give him his food, and that's the only reason he interacts with me. And if it's not food time, he keeps his distance. I'm going to flip the brush over. He doesn't really have any knots. So I caught him grooming, this afternoon on the table, and he's very thorough, so I thought maybe, he was an old cat, had arthritis, and wouldn't be able to groom everywhere, but yeah, he seems to bend pretty well. So he seemed to be grooming a lot of places. There were some places, yeah, he was deeply grooming. So he would, get his tongue deep in there and looked like he was sucking on it, going to eat it or gnaw it off. I kind of wonder if these are the flea areas. But even with all that grooming I watched him do, he didn't really seem... I mean, his fur right now doesn't seem to be that bad. So I think when he has those fleas or whatever they are, they're really bad. So yeah, I was a little annoyed. Yeah, he's on the table and not in the box. And he was, at one point, yeah, when he was grooming himself, he wasn't even on the blue blanket. He was on the non-blue blanket part of the table, which means, yeah, he's getting all his diseases and germs and whatever on the regular table, or the table cover anyway. So that's the part that doesn't make me happy. So I gotta be careful about touching that stuff. And I didn't see him walk off the table. I watched him groom himself for 15-20 minutes, and yeah, that was too much. I should have just left. I thought he might do something interesting, but I was actually kind of waiting for him to look at me. I think when I finally came back, that 20 minutes, he did finally look at me, but he didn't have any reaction really. I was kind of wondering if he'd, meow or try to imply he wants food or make some friendly gesture, and he was just looking at me from a distance, kind of like when he used to taunt me back during our lunches when he wouldn't come for the food. Trolling me. Remember those good old days when you trolled me? That's why I stopped feeding you lunch. Because you were trolling me. Oh yeah, one more thing. Last night, I did look, it was a couple hours after dinner, I did look out on the deck. And yeah, he was sitting next to the door in the dark, hoping I'd come out with more food. Probably because I didn't give him his carrier kibble. So I didn't give him any food. So I let him continue sitting out there in the dark. So I think he's done. So I'm going to put down the brush. So I might try to pet him one more time. So he didn't run away and hiss like last night. So that was a hiss, and I was worried he's going to scratch there. So yeah, he's been scratching so much recently. I'm actually starting to wish I had those longer gloves that I ordered. So if you recall, the gloves I have here, they sent me the wrong size, and they sent me the shorter size. So this only goes up to like half my forearm, and I think the longer ones would go possibly to my elbow or maybe even a little further. So if he scratches, I hope it's towards the glove and not my arm. Because yeah, I'm feeling a little exposed my arm, because yeah, he's kind of unpredictable sometimes. So I'm pulling out my finger if he wants to come back. Nope. So yeah, now that the cage is gone, he doesn't have to walk on the blanket. So yeah, he doesn't like that thermal blanket. That's such a freaking shame. So I probably should put something there just to block him from going that direction. I think I might do that after I'm done. Yep. No carrier food for you. So I have to decide if I'm going to give him the carrier food tonight. He was okay tonight. Didn't scratch. He could have been a little better. But maybe he comes back to pet. The pet? I had to reach over, but he's letting me pet him. Okay, you're going to get the carrier food. As long as you don't scratch me. So yeah, maybe this should be the requirement for the carrier food. Or the bonus. So his ear's down, but I don't know if that's because he's overstimulated or if it's because he's expecting my glove to pet him there. So unfortunately, he's moved in a really awkward position where I got to reach over, and it's in a position where it's really hard for me to get the camera pointed at him. This position's actually a little better. Okay, yeah, you're definitely getting the kibble. But I probably should stop so we don't end on a bad note. Oh, we're still under 20 minutes. That's actually a really fast feeding session. So yeah, I think maybe in one more minute I'll stop petting him. And I'll give him the carrier food. So the question is, should I give it to him directly or should I put it in the carrier? So yeah, he moved there. I was worried he was going to scratch. Whoops. He scratched. And yeah, I think that's magic. Oh well. I think I'll give him the food anyway. Even though you scratched, you were pretty good up to that point. Yeah, so I felt him make contact with my index finger. I think he got a claw onto it. But yeah, I guess because he let me pet him twice, I'll give him the kibble, and yeah, I'll put it in a carrier when he leaves, I guess. So now the question is, do I want to let him groom himself and leave, or do I just put it in there now? I could try to make it a condition where I put it in and he has to pass me to get it. So I basically get to pet him one more time. Yeah, he really does think that's magic. So is he leaving? So is he gonna go on patrol? I don't know. So I don't see him. He may not be leaving. Don't know where he went. Didn't. Oh, he's under the table. I don't know if you can see him. Yeah, he's waiting for me to put the carrier feed in. Okay. So I'm going to change the water bowl first. He's watching me change his water bowl. I don't know what scared him there. It's just shifting position to get the food. Okay, I'm going to give you your carrier food. So he sees me holding the cup. Yeah, he looked like he was going to go in the carrier. Yeah, see, it's not magic. I'm the one who puts it in there. Yeah, see, that's water. So yeah, he heard me shake the food there. Whoops, I spilled it. Dumb me. So I'm going to put it in the carrier now. And there's some kibble on the ground. I'm going to pick that up. So I need to take the glove off. Okay, so yeah, I just picked it up from see the kibble there? So I'm pulling out my finger. Can I pet you one more time? For the kibble? So I'm curious what you're gonna do. Because there's food in there. And there's food in front of me too. Yep, see, there's food in there. I'm distracting him. But actually, this actually might be a really good way to get him acclimated to the carrier. Because I'm not the biggest, or a carrier is not the biggest threat anymore. I am. And so the carrier actually may be a protection from him. or protection for him, since I can't get him in the carrier. I just want you to trust me. Yep, there's food in there. Wow, he is jittery. So, I admit, I kind of like screwing with him. It's kind of my revenge for last night. For all the crap he's been giving me, this is my turn, yeah? I finally found something. He's pouting now. Damn it, I want that food. Get out of here. See the food in front of me? Yeah, there's 3 pieces of kibble right there. So you're not supposed to be on your knees here. You're supposed to sit only in that chair. You're not allowed to be here. So he's giving me an evil eye squint. Really mad at me right now. You jerk. Get away from me. Stop filming me. I want Pouts in peace. So that's the other thing I could do. That would be mean. I could close the carrier door, see if we can open it. Because I would like him to learn how to open it. That way, my theory is if he knows how to open it, then he won't be afraid of the door. I want to hold out my finger. So my knees are getting tired. I should get like a mat or something here. Here he comes. With the kibble in front of me. You know we do this every night. This is really no different. I'm gonna be mean. I'm gonna close the door like that. It's not locked, but you can try to open it. Actually, I need to toss this water. So I'm gonna walk around. Toss the water. Come on back. And start packing things up here. Can you open the door? Thought he was gonna try there for a second to open the door. Because I've seen him bump the door with his head before, so he knows how to like move the door with his head. So all he has to do is just get his head behind that part that's just kind of sticking out. So he'll use his paw. Oh, he's actually walking on the blanket. Yep. I was about to go help him with the carrier door. If he's gonna leave, screw that. I was gonna show him how it's done, but since I'm here, I think I'm gonna put this. So I'm gonna put this little recycle bin There's a barrier, so he has to walk there. So I'm not sure if he left or is he spying on me again. I think he left. Okay, so I was planning on showing him how to open the door. I think he's gone. Well, I fed him, so. Okay, I'm gonna leave the door open for him, but I'm gonna leave it like that. So I think he should be able to figure out that, because I think he's figured that out before. Okay, folks, I think that's it for tonight. I don't think he's here. I think he's left. So I probably thoroughly irritated him, but I don't know. I was kind of amused. Because, yeah, he puts me through a lot of crap, so it's my turn for once. Okay, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye.